Hi guys, welcome back to Casually Crafted. My name is Ashley and this is Crafty Chat number 78. So I'm just going to start off with saying that I did not get nearly as much stuff done as I wanted to this week. Mainly this room is still nowhere near done. Actually the last 2 weeks, sorry, since my last video. Well, my husband was away at work because he's gone for 2 weeks. Everything was good for like a few days. And then my 4-year-old got sick and was like super sick all that week through the weekend. And then my 7-year-old also got sick. And so I took them both in on Monday. And they both had double ear infections because of their sicknesses. So like that was fun. So now they're both on antibiotics, and then they went back to school, or tried to take the 4-year-old back to school on Tuesday, but she still wasn't feeling great. They had me bring her home. But anyway, Tuesday or Monday night, my 11-year-old got sick, and so she didn't go to school on Tuesday. And so that whole first week was like just me taking care of sick kids. And like I worked down here like one night, and then it was that night I was getting ready for bed that the 4-year-old woke up with a fever and then didn't sleep well for like a whole week. So I didn't work on this room hardly at all that whole first week. And then that second week was just basically we're all kind of feeling to normal Wednesday, Thursday, and then my husband gets home Friday night. So he got home. So just as everybody's starting to feel better, he gets home. So it was fun. Yeah. So and then I didn't make my video like I wanted to the night before he got home because I was actually able to go out to a bunko night with some friends, and that was already planned, but I wasn't sure if I'd be able to with sick kids. And then they were all feeling well enough that my oldest was able to watch them. So I went to that. So I didn't make a video because I got home late. So he's been home for a few days now. It's Sunday, and who knows how long it'll take me to edit this video because, like I said, I get busy when he's home, and I feel guilty just like ignoring them when he's home. So, but he wanted to go to bed, so I didn't feel guilty doing this now. So, yeah, so that being said, this room is still a disaster, so I still haven't finished it. I worked on it a little bit the last few days, but it doesn't look like anything has changed. And then for like my object of random craft fair stuff on the spinny wheel that I wanted to make, I got a few things done, but not a ton. And also I feel like part of that is because I still have some big projects I'm trying to finish, which I will also show you. So I guess I just have like a pile of stuff right here because it's just on a pile of other stuff that needs to be put away. So what's on top is the snakes. So I wanted to make some snakes just because it's a fun, I don't know, animal that could be for any time of year really. But I wanted to have it be part of like the spring summer stuff just because it's not really in a specific, it's not really Christmas or fall specifically related. So I figured it fit better in spring and summer. So it was actually interesting because there was a pattern just released. She goes by Crochet Grove on Instagram, and so she has an Etsy shop. And so the first snake I made is by her because I bought her pattern. Even though I'd already added snakes to my list of things I wanted to do before it was released, I liked her snake too. So I will show you. This is the first one I made. So her pattern is cool because it like spirals, and then you're supposed to be able to like wrap it around stuff, and it'll just like stay there. You could wrap it around a pole, like on a bed or whatever, and it would stay. Okay, sorry, I had to close my door because the heater turned on. But this yarn is a different color of this Baby Bee Soft and Snuggly. But it's like, it's kind of rainbow, but it's like, it goes red, purple, blue, and bluish green. It's like a bluish green color, and then yellow. So there's no like orange and not really in order, just kind of random. The tongue, I did use Premier Parfait, but since this is pretty skinny, this is really fat for him. I probably should have just used like an acrylic. I don't know why it's not really focusing on him, but an acrylic yarn for his tongue. I probably would if I made a skinny one like this again. I wanted to make one of him out of either blanket yarn or like Premier Parfait to make it a little bigger because he is kind of skinny. But I didn't get to that because I had other patterns I wanted to try too. So yeah, here's the first one I made, and I would probably make more, but it is kind of time consuming because just the spiral part just seems to take forever. Not that it's hard. Once you get the head done, you just repeat how long you want it, and I just followed how many rounds she said to do, just to see how big you would make it. So that's snake number 1. Snake number 2, this is a pattern by Stitched by Faye, and her picture is, it's a Premier Parfait Chunky with like the little speckle colors in it, like pom-pom or something, I don't remember. But I used some Bernat blanket with whatever this dotty color is. I just bought it, and even though I was pulling from the center, the ball band fell off and now it's a giant mess, so I'm kind of mad about that. But this is how big he is. That's upside down. So here's his head. I did not add a tongue yet. I forgot to do that. And so it's kind of big. It actually called for like 10 more rows of just single crochets around, so it'd be even longer. But I was like, no, he's big enough. And she didn't stuff anything but the head, just so it'd be flexible. And I feel like I maybe should have stuffed him a little bit, just because he kind of goes flat. But maybe with the skinnier yarn, you wouldn't really need to do that. I don't know. But there's snake number 2. And then, let's see, yesterday, we were watching some Indiana Jones with my kids, because it's something I felt like watching the other day, so now we're watching all of them. So we were watching number 3. This pattern is by Five Little Monsters, and she does sometimes, every once in a while, she'll do like a little, I don't know if it's more of like a crochet along, but she makes little like themed amigurumi, and like she just like had a little like acrylic ones, not plushy ones, that she'll post like one a day for a week or whatever. So this was part of like a camp themed one, I think, or like some sort of outdoorsy one. So they're just little acrylic snakes. So the first one I made, and they're all connected to the yarn because I was too lazy to go find a yarn needle and weave in ends. So here's this one. They almost look like worms, but they're snakes too. Basically, you make the head and you add the eyeballs. You add a tiny bit of stuffing, but then the rest of this is stuffed with 2 pipe cleaners wound around each other. And so you could really make them as long as you want, but she says to use a 6-inch long pipe cleaner. So I just buttoned 2 together and then kind of like flipped over the ends till they were 6 inches, and then wound them around even more because they were longer than that. And then hers, I think technically this is the top. They all have little mouths, so I haven't added little mouths yet on these ones. And she says to use a solid color for the head and then use variegated, or use solids and then like stripe it on your own. But I just decided to do straight variegated because, like I said, we were watching TV. I was just wanting to have something quick and easy to work on. And so since this first one was so fast, and you know, we're watching TV in the basement, the pipe cleaners are just like right over there on the shelf. I'm like, well, let's go find more to do. So this is just a scrap of this orange that I have left. So then I went and asked my daughter what color we should do next, and she said a purpley one. So I found some scraps of purple, which this is a Red Heart Super Saver. I don't remember the exact color, but I made her a sweater out of this. So here's that. But yeah, the pipe cleaner you can bend or whatever, however you want, but I kind of like it bendy. And so there's a purple one, and then I did a yellowish one, a yellow one. This was not from a scrap ball. This was from this, what is it called? It's from Loops and Threads. That's the word I was looking for. Loops and Threads Impeccable Speckles. So it's mostly yellow, and so in parts of the yellow there's little orange dots, but then you get to this part that has like white and orange. But I didn't get that far. It's all yellow. So he's just yellow. But if you do look closely, there are some spots where he has a little bit of, I don't know, my lighting's weird today, but there's some orange in there, believe me. A little bit of orange on his face. So he's just yellow. But yeah, they need mouths, and they need me to finish off the end, cut them off and stuff. But that is all the snakes I made. So, sorry, I'm trying to untangle this from my other project that's in the same bucket here. Okay, so the next, I did spin the wheel. Oh, never mind, we're not going to talk about that yet. So the spinny wheel for my unfinished project was a glow-in-the-dark ghost. So this pattern was, it's by Hooked by Robin on YouTube, and she had a pattern for just a little amigurumi ghost that looks like he's in a sheet type of thing. And I had made, I'll have a picture, I had made like the outside part. So he's made in two parts. So here he is. It's this outside part that's just like this, and then inside is just a ball that you stuff, and then you connect them, and then you add like the face, and then yeah, then you can kind of squeeze them however you want them to stand. So I had the whole outside done. I wasn't sure that I had till I counted my rows, so all I needed to do was make the inside and then attach the face and stuff. I do think my lighting is so weird today. I don't know what's going on. I should have used a thinner thread, but since all my thread is in a bucket in the other room till I get it back organized in here, I just grabbed whatever I could find, and so I think his mouth's a little too fat, but oh well, he's done. He's cute. It's gonna just be for me. I kind of made it to see if I wanted to make some for craft fairs for Halloween, and while it didn't take forever, it still seemed like it took forever. Just working with thin yarn like this sometimes makes you feel like it's taking forever. So this is made out of the Lion Brand DIY Glow or whatever. I've had it for a little while, but she does say you can just use whatever white acrylic if you want. But yeah, so here's my little ghost guy. So I did finish the project that I wanted to work on. So some of the projects on the wheel I obviously won't finish doing at one time, but other times I can finish them. So kind of like how Terry's doing. If she doesn't finish, she'll puts it back in the rotation, and if she does finish, she takes it out. So that's kind of, that'll be taken out. So I did spin the wheel, and where did it go? Hold on. Okay, I found it. It had fallen out of my bucket up here on the shelf where I had set it earlier. Okay, so the next thing the wheel landed on was, it's called the Sheet Ghost. So it's another ghost, and it's actually made really similar to that ghost that I just showed you. Off the top of my head, I don't remember who it's made by. I think it was a paid for pattern. It might be like Teresa's Crochet Shop, or what's that other one I use a lot? Friendly Red Fox. It might be one of those. But sometimes they have free patterns too, so I can't remember. I will put here maybe what it was when I look it up. But anyway, so it is made kind of similar. This is what I have. It's got the like almost a bell shape like this, and then inside it has this. So instead of just a ball, it has this, so it kind of gives it more stability, I guess, on the table or whatever. So I have not looked at this pattern again. I just grabbed this real quick because I knew where it was. I think you sew these parts down and have a face. Oh, it is one of those two, but I still don't remember which one, because I think she even made a little pumpkin that you could glue right here, like he's holding a little pumpkin. So this is probably going to be easy to finish. We'll see. Like I said, we'll see. We'll see what happens with my husband home. Okay, so I did do the spinny wheel for the random craft fair things I could make, and not sure if I'll do them or if I'll just keep working on snakes for now, since I still do have those big projects that I haven't showed you yet that I'm working on. But it landed on birds, so things like, what types of birds did I want to do? Just like bluebirds and like cardinals and robins, maybe some eagles. I can't remember if eagles was a separate thing or not, because I thought those would be fun for 4th of July. But not like penguins. Oh, maybe ducks. Unless ducks was their own category too. I don't remember. I need to go look at my paper. Or I have like a note on my phone that I was writing things out. So I put in parentheses which types of birds I kind of want to work on. But if I don't work on those at all while my husband's home, that'll be like the next section that I work on. I do want to work on stuff like while he's home, but I also know that I'm not going to get very many done. So maybe if I do like the 2 weeks he's home and then like they're gone, and then like one of the weeks he's home, kind of do like 3 weeks at a time. So maybe work on snakes for the rest of this week and then start on birds next week, and then through the time he's gone. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so the big projects I'm working on. I have this baby blanket. Baby's already born, but I'm still making it. And this is the doodad pattern by Hooked on Sunshine. And oh yeah, there it is so far. This is a mandala, Lion Brand mandala baby, but it's the bonus ones, the big ones. Just it was from Walmart. I was working from the center and my kids kicked it or something, so now it's a big mess. So it has like this much brown, and then it eventually turns into this darker pink, which is kind of what it started with. So I do want to get back to that pink, even if it's just a row or two. But I might as well just finish the whole thing, right? It is slow going though, because it's a 4mm hook, and this is a 3-weight yarn, and some of the rows are like just single crochets in the back loop, or like it's like a moss stitch type row, something really really little, so it doesn't seem to be growing very fast, which is kind of frustrating. So right now I just did a shell row, and somehow I messed up in my counting on the row before, and I wasn't going to go back and fix it, so I just kind of fudged it. And now this row is more V-stitches, and then it's going to be another shell row on top of that. So it's like rows 1 through 30 is one whole repeat, and then you do 16 through 30 again. And so now I'm on my second 16 through 30 section. So yeah, I mean, it's not like hard, but it does, like, since it's getting bigger and each row, like each side gets longer as you get bigger, it does seem to take longer and longer as I go. So it's not something that I just want to grab and work on. I'm like having to force myself to work on it a little bit, which is never fun, but I do want to get it done. So, but I decided to start a new project for some crazy reason. Actually, because when we started watching, I think the first Indiana Jones, or maybe it was number 2, I needed something like mindless to work on, and all I had was like that blanket I just showed you, or some things that needed finished that I didn't want to finish, or things that needed more supplies, like the nativity I'm working on. It's in my car, so I don't even have it to show you. But my friend that's moving soon, she's probably moving in February, even if her house doesn't sell. Like, But she's having her 5th baby, and I made a baby blanket for her 4th baby. So I wasn't really planning on making her one, but then I was like, but I still kind of want to make her one. So um, I needed like a mindless project, and I don't know what made me decide this yarn. I actually was looking for a different yarn. I thought I had something in a specific color. I had it in 2 different colors. I didn't like a purple color, and I thought I had one in like a peachy color. And maybe I used that. I don't remember using it for a different baby blanket, but I wanted the peachy color because I know she likes peach. So I don't know if she'll like the colors that I'm using because they're kind of different. But I have a pack of this ice yarn Picasso. And when I bought this, because I never buy ice yarn, so besides the one time, I got this. And the color that everybody loves was out of stock, so I got this one. And it does have some peach colors in there. But there's a lot of this blue, dark blue. I don't remember what the color was called, and they don't tell you on here anyway, so I don't know. So I have a whole bunch of these. Let's see how many is in here still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pack, because I'm almost done with my second ball. And I'm using some white in between some of the rows, just the Mary Maxim Best Value. It looked like mostly a full skein, so got stickers on it. Yay, kids. So what I'm doing, the pattern is another Hooked by Robin pattern. It's like a 12-point star. And I knew this was going to be really busy, which is why I wanted to do the white. And it's ridged, so it's every few rows there's a back post row to kind of bring these ridges out. But so what I'm doing is, so it has like 6 rows for the setup, and then you just repeat rows 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9 over and over and over. But what I decided was to do the white every 4 rows. So that makes it, the white is not in the same spot as far as the repeats go every time. So like the first white is still part of the setup row or setup middle section. And then like this white is part of the ridges, what makes the ridges, but then this white is a ridge, right? You see the difference? And then here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next row after this will be white. Oh look, see, I already started. So the next row around is white from here. So the white it looks almost random how it lands in the pattern of the design of the blanket, but it's not really random. But yeah, so all these blue parts seem to like pool together a lot, even though the other colors don't as much. It seems like as I'm going around, there's always some blue on top of blue, which isn't bad, but I don't know. What do you guys think so far? But yeah, it's pretty easy. Like I said, just 3-row repeat, and you just have to, and 2 of the rows are the same. So like 7's different, but 8 and 9 are the same. So that's the only thing I have to remember is to add the white in there every once in a while. And then, but the only bad thing about that is now I'm going to have ends in the back. But I have been, when I rejoin the color or join the white, I'm just joining in random spots. Not random spots, but where you would join as far as like this valley goes, it's like 1 stitch over, so that you've got the skipped stitch in the valley of the peaks. But I'm not just joining in the same spot every time, so I mean, it does look like I have a lot of ends in similar spots, but it's not all like in one row. So I might need to join something around this side next time just to kind of keep it spread out where I'm going to have to weave in ends. So I don't know, hopefully she likes it. If I have to mail it to her, then I have to mail it to her, because it's just kind of my mindless project, so, which I like having. I haven't had one in a while where I just could just grab and work on for no reason other than I just have time or I need to relax. That doesn't take too much brain power, but I still feel productive working on. So I am working on that nativity. That is a special order. I'm really close to done. But I have been working on it in my car just during like kids pickup. So it's been like 20 minutes at a time. So that's why it's taking forever. But like Mary, I think, is pretty much done. She just needs like her ends woven in and then the shawl glued on. Jesus is done and the manger is done. They both, I think, just need ends woven in. Joseph is almost done. I ran out of stuffing in my car, so I need to put more stuffing in there, stuff him, and then sew up the bottom. And I'm in the middle of working on his head thing. So that should be done by the end of this week, I think. I'll need to bring it inside and like before I glue the head things on, like the shawl and his cloak thing, whatever they call it, I want to send a picture to the person I'm making it for and make sure she likes the colors because they are a little bit different than the colors. We decided ahead of time that she was okay with these colors, but I want to make sure that she likes it before I glue it down, or we can switch it to like the colors that the original one was, just in case, because sometimes you think it's going to look a certain way in your head, but then it doesn't once you've like actually made it. So and we like changed the color for Joseph, but we didn't discuss the color for his cloak, like how it would match him. So yeah, so that's pretty much done. Maybe I'll take some pictures when I am in my car tomorrow, because who knows when this will be edited. So I did do a Hirschner's order, and it's been sitting in the other room because I've been too busy to put it in here. It was nice because I wanted to try this yarn, and randomly it was one of those days where they gave you free shipping with no minimum order. Like a lot of times Hirschner's will do free shipping or $5 shipping or whatever random number of shipping they want to do, but you have to do a $35 order. And I was like, well, I'm getting a little low on my, like, what money is in my account right now, because I've been buying a lot of yarn, and I haven't been doing a lot of subbing for crossing guard, which is how I get most of my extra money. So I still have cash left over from the craft fair that I did, but you can't use cash online. So it was nice that I could just buy the little bit that I wanted to try and not have to pay, like, spend $35 to get the free shipping. So anyway, I wanted to try the Soho Squishy, and partly because it looked like it had a good Highland cow color. So I think I did show you that I got an acrylic in like Lion Brand skein tones that would work for the Highland cow too. So at this point I'm thinking I might just make both. I might make the acrylic version and I might make the plushy version, and then one of them will be for my mom, and I don't know what I'm doing with the other one. Maybe she wants both. I don't know. So I thought this color would be good. So I bought two of this one. Let's see. You need like a tannish color for his like hooves. I'm not sure if I love this color. It almost looks a little bit greenish. Well, in the camera it looks really nice, but in person it almost has a greenish tint to it. Maybe it's just my lighting in here. I might need to take it to another room and see. And then also I got like an off-white color, because that could be used for like the horns. Let's see where it goes. So it's just like barely off-white. I guess I could tell you what it's called. It's called Cream Puff, and it's breaking, but that could be my fault. And then I decided to pick one random other color, and I don't know why I chose green. I probably had a reason, but I chose green. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was thinking more frogs, maybe I was thinking turtles, maybe I was thinking pickles, who knows. This one is called Froggy, so that would be a good frog. This one is called Teddy, like teddy bear. And this one was called sandcastle. So it is supposed to be a tan color. Maybe it's just my eyeballs that think it looks slightly green. So I was curious. I haven't worked with it yet, so I don't know how it compares to Parfait Chunky. But like size-wise, I think it's pretty similar. So here is, ooh, purple is Parfait Chunky, and this is the new one. They look really close, but like feeling wise, this feels thinner than this. Like this feels squishier. So I think worked up, this might make something a tiny bit bigger, but you could maybe work them together if you needed to. We'll see. I don't know if I need to, but if like I wanted to make something with the green that had other colors with it, I could try. But the other colors are for the cow, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I think that's everything. I talked about the ghosts that I need to start working on. I talked about the birds, which I need to look up what I'm gonna do with that. Showed you the blankets and the snakes, and yeah. So stay tuned for next time in 2 weeks or so with whatever progress I've made on those things. So the nativity I want it done by the end of January for sure, and also the baby blanket, but we'll see. So I might just get tired of it and finish it. Who knows? I don't know. I don't want to do it, but I do want to do it. I just can't get myself to work on it for too long because I just get tired of it. So, but anyway, I will talk to you guys next time. Bye guys.